Hey, what's going on, y'all? 720 Drew here, and I'm going to show you guys how to do a washing style. Let's get right into it.
Okay, first things first, you're gonna want to wet your hair. Make sure it's super wet and soaked. Do not skip out on this part. You want to make sure your hair is super wet. Okay, then you want to get yourself a shampoo that you enjoy. I'm using this liquid shampoo. It's pure grapeseed. You want to get in there real nicely, you know what I'm saying? Smooth it out. If you're just starting off, do not scramble wash. You want to go with the grain, okay? Go with the grain. Okay, next you want to get yourself a nice detangling brush. A detangling brush is essential during a washing style. Not only does it help prevent forks, okay, it aligns the hair in the correct direction. It breaks up tangles without pulling, and it also makes washing styles more effective. So if you don't have a detangling brush, you might want to go get yourself a detangling brush. You can find it at pretty much any beauty supply store there is. You can potentially even find it at Walmart, okay? Go get yourself a detangling brush. They're really not expensive. Do yourself a favor, go grab one. Now, when it comes to detangling, you really want to make sure that you follow your pattern, okay? Whatever wave pattern you have, make sure you follow it to a T. This is very important. Do not skip out on this, okay? Otherwise, when you do your wash and you do the reveal, it's not going to be what you expect. So make sure you follow your pattern with this detangling brush. Now you want to get yourself a medium brush or a medium soft brush, wet it a little bit, get some lather on there, and do the same exact thing. Go with your pattern, nothing else, okay? Very important. Brush your hair with your pattern. All right, you want to do this for a little bit until the lather starts to kind of fade off a little bit. Just keep brushing, keep going. Make sure you're brushing with the pattern. Make sure every single hair is laid down nicely. That way it's a little easier when it's time for the next step, okay? You want to make sure every hair is laid down. Go around your crown a few times. If you feel like you missed something and you hit the wrong pattern, hit it again. Do not be afraid to hit it again. You just want to make sure you follow your pattern to a T. This is super crucial right here. You do not want to produce any forks. You're trying to prevent forks. That's what you're trying to do, okay? You do not want to introduce forks to your hair. Now you want to find yourself a wave cap. Any kind of wave cap will do. I like boo-boo caps, but I just grabbed something off the shelf, okay? So just grab yourself a wave cap, put it over your hair, make sure it's nice and tight so that nothing shifts. Unfortunately, this cap does shift a little bit, but it is what it is. Once you have the cap on, you want to rinse the shampoo out of your hair. Make sure you thoroughly rinse and everything is out. Otherwise, when you brush your hair later, you're going to have flakes, bro. And you definitely don't want that, all right? So get yourself a blow dryer if you have one. It's not a big deal if you don't. You can let it air dry. So just make sure you dry it with the cap on. If you let it air dry it with the cap on, okay? Or throw a do-rag on top of it for extra compression, all right? So I blow dry it for a little bit. I don't go until it's fully dry, all right? I go until it's semi-dry. The reason being is that it is very easy to dry out your hair and scalp using a blow dryer, okay? Blow dryers have very high heat. Unless you're using it on a cool setting, just don't do it, okay? Now, I take my wave cap off and you can see where I have the breakage and where it shifted. All right, I'm not going to sweat that. I'm just going to throw my do-rag on for about an hour and a half, and then I'm going to come back and hit it with a brush session. After that, everything should be fine. So here, I'm just going to put my do-rag on, make sure it's nice and tight, and then I'm going to come back whenever my hair is dry, and then we're going to hit it with a brush. All right, it's been an hour and a half. Here's the reveal. Nothing crazy. As you can see, the breakage is still insane. All right, but we're not worrying because that brush is going to make a difference. So here I'm using a medium brush. I'm just going to go over it multiple times. I'm just going to keep brushing until I'm comfortable with how my pattern is looking, you know. So I'm just going to keep going. It's a little tedious, but you want to make sure that when you put your do-rag on, you're putting it on and you don't have no worries, all right? Because I want my pattern to look at its best when I put my do-rag on so that when I take it off, it's not much of a difference, if you know what I'm saying, all right? So I'm just going to go around my crown a few times, nothing serious. Just going to make sure everything is uniform and in line in the way that I like it. Now here I'm just going to use a lay down pad as a finishing touch. I'm just going to use it to go over my hair multiple times to lay down any frizz or stragglers that do not want to lay down. This really helps with that. It also really helps define the waves. So I'm just going to use this as a finishing touch before I throw my do-rag on. But with that being said, here is the final result. Look at that, successful washing style. You already know what it is, man. If y'all found this video at any point to be helpful, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and like the video as well. It really helps us out. Thank y'all so much, and I hope y'all have a blessed one, man.